Hey Jeff, back again. Another listening stack. It's just, yeah, I don't know. It's just been an exhausting week as usual. So, just gonna get into this before the stack gets too big. Picked this up recently. I think these are starting to sell out. So if you don't have this and you want it, you better get it soon. I think. Um, this is the EU repress of Suicide's first album. So early, I don't know, punk. I guess it's sort of punk. Like supposedly, if you read the booklet, it's the first use of punk to describe a band. But so this is early '70s. I forget the year. I'm not really well prepared on this one anyway. I think this came out around 70, 71-ish, something like that. But very different sound than whatever else was going on. So very experimental. Um, and yeah, early electronica, heavily influenced by Silver Apples, of course, Alan Vega, and Martin Rev. There they are. So this one's on For What It Matters, just on that like a nice bright red vinyl. Comes with a booklet going into the. That is the booklet actually, but the booklet's quite nice. There's a little poster and a booklet that goes into like the history of the band and so on. Yeah, so definitely gonna be listening to this. Is really good. If you're hesitating, this is actually a really good pressing. Yeah, very quiet and yeah, it's well mastered. So recommend this one. So this is the EU version on red vinyl. So probably a few floating around still. But I have a feeling you wait another 6 months, you're not gonna be able to find those anymore, or at least not at normal prices, man. Just friggin' scalper prices these days. Give Yeah, I think I showed this not that long ago, but yeah, love this album, this heat. So I think it's called Yellow. This is their first, very experimental, yeah, no wavy, uh, improv. I cannot speak to improvisational, whatever. Anyway, I'm tired. So I think they call this like the blue/yellow album or something, but officially, but yeah, or self-titled. I've seen it, but I think the band themselves call it like blue yellow or something. But yeah, so all the songs on the blue side, all the songs on the yellow side, and so on. Not for everyone, but I really like this one. So if you're like your avant-garde with a little punk edge, excellent album. Yeah, so both of those are 4.5, 5, bordering on 5. Yeah, this one's a fun heavy psych album. I found this sealed in Tokyo for like $7. I was like, hey, dude, look at this vinyl here. Oh yeah, sure. It's like, oh shit, it's sealed. But yeah, this has turned out to be like a '90s repress, but still pretty cool. Yeah, I only unsealed this last year, I think. So yeah, so I think Andrew showed this. I was gonna pull this back out, listen to it, but yeah. So yeah, this is a great one. So yeah, the oh, I don't know. Heavy Psych, it's a little on the experimental side. Is it essential? No, but it is a damn good album. So if you see this on the cheap, I wouldn't hesitate. Just buy it. Solid 4, a little bit higher maybe. My kids' picks. This is a great album if you see it. They go for some bucks now, I think. Spend the Night with the Trash Woman. I think this was an Estrus. Yep, Estrus, 93. I bought this way back when it came out. Yeah, so really primitive surf rock. Half or more of it's instrumental, but yeah, so this is really raw stuff. It's really good. It's got a groove, you can dance to it. Again, 4.5, 5 stars. Yeah, this one's another one I pulled out. I've shown this before. Great. Doesn't quite fit into all the genres, but it's yeah, it's got a little psychedelic thing going, a little bit of funk thing going, a little bit fuzzy guitars. But yeah, it's slightly uneven, but it's yeah, I'd give it a pretty solid 4. It's worth picking up when you see it. So that's again, I think that's an EU repress, and yeah, it's getting harder and harder to find, I think. But yeah, I picked that up a couple years ago. Yeah, this was from my original collection from the 90s. I don't know. I'm probably not going to keep this one. So Eaves Plum, I think they had maybe a couple albums. So yeah, just fuzzed out pop. This, I don't know, 3 stars ish. I don't know. I think the only reason I still have it is I had a hard time selling it. But yeah, douche, if you're watching this, you want this, let me know. It's a little more in your wheelhouse than mine. So Eaves Plum's Envy, not one I particularly recommend. It's, I don't know. I don't think yeah, it's kind of in that lush kind of vein, but not as good. But yeah, this one I picked up a long time ago in some bargain bin somewhere, or I thrift shop actually. Probably, I think I paid less than 15 cents for this. Billy Joel, Glass Houses. This is the one that's got was it Only Rock and Roll or something? It's still rock and roll to me. I'm not a big Billy Joel fan, man. Yeah, it had, I don't know, like Hana or someone was describing this as his punk album. But yeah, I could see that in some tracks. There's a couple punky tracks. This is like 1980, so he definitely had some punk influence. But yeah, honestly, I'm not going to keep this, man. We'll see if I can sell it for a few bucks, trade it in. Yeah, I'll just get a best of Billy Joel. You know, there's only like a few tracks I really would want to keep, or you know, maybe 45s. This one I gave a new listen. So yeah, so I like this a lot more the second listen. The first listen just didn't grab me at all, but I think I only had it on as background. So Flock of Seagulls, Electropop, or what do you call it? Electropop, I guess. Um, synth pop, that's what I was looking for. Synth pop. It's kind of, I was listening to this after Suicides. Like I don't know, it kind of slid in there. I don't know if they had anything really big on this one. Yeah, I don't think they had any big hits on this, but it's still pretty solid. But yeah, give another listen. I'd liked it a lot more the second time. So you know, 4-ish on that. But it's an amazing recording. It's one of those like really well mastered albums that just really show off your system. Yeah, this was yeah. Next couple are just thrift pickups from a while back. So Basie swinging, voices singing. It's kind of a cool cover actually. Album, yes, it's got the Alan Copeland singers. It probably sounds exactly like you imagine it would. It's not terrible. It's yeah. I don't know. I might hold on to it for a little while longer, but it's not that good. It's the grandparent music. This was pretty decent. It's, cover, like I don't know, the seal it's lost its edge on the bottom there, but the vinyl is actually VG plus. I'd say it's a pretty good one. Bucko Lens, I don't care. Pretty good. It's old school country, pretty solid album. I don't know, it'd probably make for good background music more than anything. Really, I wouldn't like listen, you know, it's not like critical listening or anything, but it's a pretty good one. Yeah, 3.5, 4. And here we're getting into the CDs. Some stuff I sought out. Some stuff was more like thrift happiness. This one I did seek out, but it's kind of hit and miss. It's what I'd always kind of wanted this album, but it was all yeah, I don't know. I was a poor college student when this thing came out. There was a lot more out there. You know, this you know it was the mid to late 90s, or it was 96, 95, 95. Yeah, I had better albums to buy, man. Because you know I've got this for a few bucks along with a bunch of other stuff I've been looking for, so which you'll see probably later in this vid. So what it is, it's like 90s bands, mostly yeah, indie or semi alternative whatever bands. Uh, it's a little hit and miss, but they're covering like Saturday morning cartoon theme songs basically. So Yeah, like some highlights. I like Mary Lou Lord with Semisonic doing Sugar Sugar from the Archies. Matthew Sweet's doing Scooby Doo, which is a pretty decent cover. Um, and Buffalo Surfers doing Underdog, but I don't remember that one being that good. But Helmet doing Gigantor is pretty cool. Ramones doing Spider Man, which is kind of cool. Reverend Horton Heat doing Johnny Quest and Stop That Pigeon, which is pretty cool. Violent Femmes, Eep Oop Ork Aha, which is decent. Diggs got a pretty good version of Fat Albert's theme. Yeah, so the other half of it's kind of throwaway, but it has a really thick booklet in here with all the little background on all the songs and whatever and lyrics and everything. It's kind of cool. So yeah, if you see it for a few bucks, or yeah, if you see it, if you're like me, you've added like a ton of stuff to your discogs. And it's like, oh, he's also got some other stuff. Yeah, I do that all the time. Ugh, that's a bad habit. Yeah, this was a thrift sign. It was pretty cool. This is again like a really well mastered album. So Bon Jovi, what's it called? This Left Feels Right. I don't think this has a vinyl release. It's kind of interesting. It's early 2000s, I believe. I'll say early 2000s without my glasses maybe. But what it is he's doing acoustic versions of his like hits. It's a little uneven, but when it's good, it's really good. Yeah, the first few tracks, yeah, Wanted Dead or Alive, which was one of those cowboy movies with Emilio Estevez or something. I don't know. Living on a Prayer with Olivia Diabo, the actress. Um, yeah, I think some of these were kind of a little hit or miss. I think I remember You Give Love a Bad Name being kind of interesting, but yeah, it's a little hit and miss. But when it's good, it's really good. But it's a really well mastered album. So if you see this on the cheap, I'd maybe pick it up. It's kind of cool. This one, I think I found this at the thrift, but Scissor Sisters, Ta-Da. If you don't know them, they're kind of glammy, disco-y pop from was it 2000s, I believe? It was 2006, yeah. I was living in Hawaii when this came out. So the opening track was kind of a hit, I think. I Don't Feel Like Dancing. Um, She's My Man, I think, was pretty decent on here. Kiss You Off, I think, was kind of big. But yeah, I like this album. I think this and their first album, I think, had a little more hits on it. But yeah, it's a fun album. Sounds really great. It's just fun music. Um, solid 4 for me anyway. This one was a freebie someone gave me. I think my brother. It's a Widespread Panic. It's got water damage. Um, it kind of falls in that Jason Isbell. Actually, I think he might have produced it or something. But it falls into that drive-by truckers and so on. Oh, John Bell on guitars, vocals. Yeah, who I don't know, but it falls into that kind of category. It's a little hit miss. I don't know. I'm not sure I really would keep this or not, but yeah, it's like 3.5 ish. This was a thrift pickup, I believe. Chainsaw Kittens, Pop Iris. Cannot say anything tonight. So it was that mid '90s, kind of punky with a little more of a metal edge thing. Despite being called Kittens, it is. There's no. Yeah, it sounds like it'd be like a girl band, but it's not, because that would be a way cooler Riot Girl name. It's not. It's all right. I don't know. I think they were somewhat big at the time, but 3.5, 4. I don't know. I never got that much into them, but I think I paid 50 cents or $1 for it. Whatever. It was cool enough. Probably hold on to it for a little while. This one, though, yeah, another thrift pickup. I did actually have this back in the day before I ditched all my CDs. I actually really like this album. So Monster, this was that one where R.E.M. really departed from their normal sound, and this was a very polarizing album at the time. And it comes with that cool orange plastic. This is the one that's got What's the Frequency, kind of excellent song. Crush with Eyeliner, which I always liked. King of Comedy, I think, was still pretty good. What else was really good? Bang and Blang, I think, was a minor hit. But yeah, it's got some good ones on there. It's a pretty solid album. For me, solid 4. But yeah, that one's, yeah, that's going to be a controversial album, depending you ask. Louis Trumpet, this is another one of those K albums. Sounds exactly what you think it would for a K album. It's that kind of indie, um, little on the rough side, indie pop, whatever, noisy, but singer-songwritery, whatever. It's that K sound. I actually did like this one. I think this is one of those ones like some people like it, some people don't. I don't know. Yeah, I wasn't expecting a lot because the reviews on this one were that good, so was putting this one off. But I'd say solid 4. I wouldn't go out of my way to get it, but if you see it for the cheap, yeah, pick it up. This one, on the other hand, I did seek this one out. This was really good. So Royal Trucks, pound, was it pound for pound, I think? Yeah, pound for pound. So this solid. So this one is on, yeah, Drag City, that's what I was thinking. So Drag City, mid-90s again, I think. 2000. Okay, there we go. 2000. So it contains the original version of Accelerator. Deep Country Soft Serve is pretty hot on this. I think the opening track was pretty solid. Call out volumes. But yeah, really solid, 4.5. Not quite a 5, but yeah, it's really rock hard. Yeah, because Royal Trucks, I think they're one of those bands that they can kind of be hit and miss. But this is definitely one of their really good ones, because I hadn't really heard this one all the way through before. I heard a couple tracks of it. Finally picked it up because it was dirt cheap on CD, and yeah, freaking rocks. Highly recommend this one. Anyway, yeah, it's late, so kids not been sleeping well lately, and crawling into bed, of course. Mommy and daddy, so not getting a lot of sleep lately. So hope all's well. Take care, and I am signing out for the stack. It's any bigger and rambly. Yeah, I think there's a couple contests going on, so yeah, if I find myself a little time, but I'm so behind on everything lately, man. So yeah, just take care, everyone, and